YouTube, hello, welcome to the Tavern. My name is Drail, I am your Tavern Master. Welcome on in, pull up a chair, grab a drink, and let's enjoy today's episode of Genshin Impact, episode 51, Blessings of Sunken Jade. For context, this episode was initially recorded March 13th, 2024, and in it we do the Chenyu's Blessings of Sunken Jade world quest after we do some more exploration in the Chenyu Vale area in Genshin. Basically, for the world quest, we're picking up where we last left off, right outside of Qiaoying village, after speaking to Grandpa Lu and helping the Golden Carp Adeptus, I believe her name is Fujin, help fix the land, the soil and water quality of Chenyu Vale so that, the village won't come to ruin due to a bad tea industry. But yeah, we meet some new characters in this one, and we do pretty much all of the quest, though granted, I didn't complete it. Reason being because I was struggling a bit, and I apparently was passing out at my desk at the time. So, which you'll hear me admit a couple times in the episode itself. But yeah, that's about it. I also want to give a heads up that apparently my Discord exploded a bit in this episode, because at one point my Discord, I'm getting a lot of Discord message alerts during the episode, and this was before I was better about muting Chrome or my web browser during streaming, so it wouldn't be disturbed by that. So once again, my bad. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Pretty simple one. If you do enjoy today's episode, like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you're notified when new episodes come out. And if you want to catch my streams live, you can follow me on Twitch through the link down below in the description. Beyond that, hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all at the end. See you later. Hey folks, hope you all are doing well today. It is I, Drail, your Tavern Master. Today we're going to be playing Genshin, as you can see. I'm feeling much better today than I was last week, so hopefully we'll get a decent way through the story. Granted, I don't have much story to do, but we'll see what happens. At the moment, I'm kind of just exploring Chenyu Vale.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words. Skyward!
Let's do that up to 50 for right now. But at the moment, I'm just trying to level up folks and,
Yeah! Skyward!
get folks to a higher level. Need to bring me out a bow user.
Sure, I'll hang out with you.
Oh, you fucker. What?
Prepare! Get in gear!
Look alive! Shower me with praise! Hi! Hi! You asked for it! Too late for regrets! No sense of respect!
Nice.
Hey, find that was worth the trip.
Oh, is it down there? Oh.
May I present?
Oh God.
Dare to mess with me?
Frost is coming!
Buckle up! How brilliant!
I'm just waiting for this Ruin Hunter to wake up and smack me.
Getting here!
We'll see about that! Look alive!
Pair! Frost is coming!
Okay, almost got it killed. Hey Mana, how you doing today? I could pull for Chiori. I wasn't like... Oh, yeah. I was telling a friend that I would pull for Chiori, and if I lost the 50-50, then I would save for Arlecchino. But granted, since we're in the very beginning of this update, I could probably pull for Chiori and get all that I would need to get Arlecchino. But it just depends. I think I'm pretty close to the... to the gold here. Okay, so Xinyan is at 50. So I could technically pull 3 times. I haven't looked at any of the leaks. I never look at the leaks. All I know is Arlecchino looks badass and I want her. That's all I know. That's all I know. Okay, got Dory. Do one more 10 pull, which should get me up to 70. Nice. Dory again. Okay. Okay, and then we'll have these 2 on there. Get these up to here. No, you're good. You're good, man. All I know is she's Pyro. And I'm like, interesting. But, since I'm at 70 now, we'll do 5 singles. And see if I get Chiori. Alright, now we're just in the game of waiting. There it is. Let's see who it is.
I am Chiori, the owner of Chioria Boutique. Feel free to find me if you'd like to commission any tailor-made outfits. As for any other requests, it all depends on whether you have enough to offer in exchange. Just the rules of the business. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Also, smoking, drinking, and causing a ruckus are all strictly prohibited within the boutique. That whole "the customer is king" concept doesn't fly here. And even when royalty does come into the shop, if they don't adhere to the rules, they'll find themselves being tossed out and kissing the pavement just like anyone else.
Yes, I have timed them out. Alright, cool. I got Chiori. I wasn't planning on it, but hey, we won that, and then we'll take it. So now I have to save up at least 150 more so that I can get Arlecchino. Okay. Her heels are so interesting. Chiori does the best in a Geo team. So she's going to be a very interesting girl to work with.
No, no good. Still feels too ordinary.
Oh no, she uses spectral husks as well. I hate hunting those.
Not bad. But it's still lacking the wow factor that makes it really stand out.
I really do hate hunting for spectral husks. It bothers me so much. On the plus side, I now finally have a reason to hunt for Dendrobium. Oh yeah, and then Dory got where's Dory? There she is. 2 constellations. There we go. But how are you doing today, Mana? Doing well, I hope? Kick it. What? Why have I done this to myself?
Gloves off.
Well, how about that?
I'm assuming I'm putting it together up here. Yep. So... Oh, whoops. Okay. That was unintentional. Spectre are as annoying as they used to be. Their drops still suck, but finding them got way easier. True. But yeah, God, I hated finding them in the earlier days. They were just so annoying to deal with. I have a feeling this isn't the right one. Okay, why do I feel like I'm just getting this wrong? Oh, hold on. Okay, that one's correct. This one goes here. which means that I'm missing one more piece that goes here. Oh,
Dare to mess with me?
I'm still as far as on. I'm not Jinyan.
I trust you have packed ample foodstuffs.
No, son of a bitch. I found it. Totally on purpose.
Perhaps one shouldn't. Yeah. Scatter.
That's funny.
Perhaps
I
one
came
should invent some form of
came into
hero
this space.
discernment mechanism.
I came into this space completely by accident, not realizing that you use this thing to go around and get inside of it naturally. Goodness gracious. I have my own special brand of silliness.
Scatter.
Alright, that portion's dealt with. So that's the west side. So I need to go to the east side still.
Scatter.
Present the jade at dawn and glorious halls at dusk. The police spirits descend with fortune and blessings eternal. Scent of orchids, fragrance of flower, the jade cauldron and golden goblet, the fragrance wafting towards the east, burning incense towards the west. Build an altar for sacrifice, sweet libation and imbibation, shining brightly for thousands of years, illuminating all directions. So up this way should... Oh wait, no, down this way. Right? Maybe not? Is it above? I need to look at that thing again. Yeah, that looks like it's down the path a bit. Yeah, it's gotta be down this way.
Skyward.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. I was right. It's just off in this direction. There it is. That's not it.
Strike a pose. Let's get it on.
You're open.
There we go. Okay, so this has to go right here. Yep. Ah, sneaky beakies, I see. There, I'm guessing. Yep. Okay, I need a few more structures.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah!
Okay.
Skyward!
I don't think there's a piece up there.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
1, 2, 3. I need 3 more pieces. But where are said pieces, I wonder?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Shall raise this monument as a record and set the date for the return. Herein lies sealed our remaining supplies and equipment for use in the event of an emergency. Okay. On orders from above, a date has been set for return. Within the wall, we have sealed our remaining supplies and equipment for use in the event of emergency recorded on this image. Damn. Okay.
Skyward! Scatter!
I'm a fool. What am I doing?
Yeah! Skyward! Ah, what trinkets have we here? Present them for one's perusal.
There are those wind tigers. No, thank you. Look at these goats. Okay, so let's see. Arlecchino is going to be released in 4.6. I'm guessing Clorand is going to be 4.7 or 4.8. Oh, why have you done this to me? Why have you done this to me? God damn it!
These could be salvaged for parts. Yeah! Skyward! Hit!
Where the hell did that Sealy go?
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Nuvaled coming back would be cool. I never got him, so I think he'd be really cool to add to my team.
Ah, what trinkets have we here? Present them for one's perusal. Skyward! Scatter!
I mean, hell, Nuvaled could be released again with Clorand. I think that's pretty plausible. How the fuck? Okay. Okay, there's that one. Where'd the other one go? Okay, not there. Where does this go? What? I like Nuvalette. I feel his hatred of the Archons is kind of unfounded. Well, at least the Courage 7. Because they were the ones who, like, killed his brothers and sisters in the ancient era.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, it's those two. I'm gonna leave those alone. I don't understand this puzzle. Okay, so this... Oh! This is for a guy. This is for a little man.
Pair.
Look alive!
You, come with me. Foes mobility, the formation is flawed. Position me as the vanguard. Where does this one go? Right target, wrong side. The larger side needs to be against the wall. So I just... Ah, fuck it, duck. You. Back on there. What? Oh, fuck!
Frost is coming! Commencing cleanup! Getting gear!
Well, there goes the boy.
To return to.
Seize the skies! You asked for it!
Okay. I've killed them all.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! These could be salvaged for parts.
Wait a minute. If that was the answer to the puzzle, what the point? What was the point of this thing then?
Yeah!
I'm so confused. I'm still missing like 5 pieces of stone. Where are the rest? No!
What trinkets have we here? Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Am I supposed to put the piece I found over here?
Yeah! Skyward!
Oh, this one's just a key, isn't it? Or not.
Skyward!
Oh, I see. Cheeky bastards. It was that.
Yeah! Skyward!
Oh god. No. No.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Okay. Now this goes here. Or, hello? Here. 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 Here? Why are these bits and pieces so freaking sassy? I did it, finally.
Well, how about that?
Look alive!
Didn't mean to do that.
Skyward! Scatter!
My brain said I was on Jinyan and I was wrong. What is that giant thing in there?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Oh.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Let the world collide!
Buckle up! Ah! Gloves off!
Don't doubt my power!
Ah! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
It is greater than what you could ever comprehend.
Look alive! Stray clouds converge! Ha! Ah! Ha!
Oh. Cool.
I call dibs.
She called it. Faint adeptal energy can be sensed within the floating jade. Judging from the adeptal energy veins, this seems to be some sort of activation mechanism. However, since a critical component is missing, it cannot be used. Interesting.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
No, I was so close.
Skyward! Scatter!
I'm trying to remember how I used the magical carp.
Ah! Cha! Hi! Yeah! Skyward!
Oh, fuck a duck. Every time I activate that, I'm like, oh yeah, I need an arrow user.
Been a while since I've limbered up. Hey, find that was worth the trip.
Okay. Oh, Mana, did you play through the cooking minigame that they did? Little cooking event that they did?
One is fast on one's feet. Try to keep pace. Skyward! Scatter!
Meet!
How is he still alive?
I call dibs.
Yeah, the new recipes were cool, and like seeing everyone's reaction to you cooking was really nice. In my opinion, at least. I liked it a lot.
Shower me with praise!
Damn it, I literally came down this way so I could get some more jade for Xinyan.
Yoo-hoo!
Yeah! Skyward!
No! Thank you, Farina, for making that puzzle extremely easy.
Splendid! More interesting. Strike a pose!
Don't really want to fight you.
Shower me with praise! Hi! Gloves off!
Let's get it on!
Oh, jeez. The fact that it started raining.
Buckle up!
Rain is the worst time to face you!
Playtime's over.
No! God damn it.
Ain't quite my mechanical masterwork.
Gotta be honest,
How dare you!
making me fight a frost arm while it's raining, pretty cheap. Jesus. Ugh.
Meat!
Come on. Thank you. Jeez.
Well, how about that?
Okay, I don't know if the game was supposed to, like, make it start raining when that scene happened, or if it just happened naturally, but either way, fuck hiding a Frost Arm lava churl in the rain. Oh my god. Holy hell, there is a lot of jade over here. What on earth is that? Right, Xinyan got knocked hard. She got knocked hard, man. I don't... Ugh. Hey! What's this? Oh... I see. I need another little guy. Gonna mark that. That should be enough for Xinyan. God, how many more jade do I need? 30. Great. Die, she drowned! Oh no! Was really hoping you would get into that wind current, Dia. Okay. I need to heal up, so we'll go over here. Okay.
I am Chiori, the owner of Chiori Boutique. Feel free to find me if you'd like to commission any tailor-made outfits. As for any other requests, it all depends on whether you have enough to offer in exchange. Just the rules of the business. You scratch my back and I'll It's not so much the rain that bothers me, but the mud. It's always such a pain to wash it out of my clothes. This reminds me of home.
Oh.
The way it comes floating from on high makes you want to reach out for it. But the moment it lands on your hand, its beauty dissipates. I suppose there are more similarities between snowflakes and fashion than I thought. Just how can I market high fashion here?
Fashion. How do? Alright, let's see. Okay, let's see. Do we continue the world quest for Chenyu Vale, or do we go do a story quest? I can also unlock Chiori's story now. I will not start today. I kind of want to do Nahita's quest, but maybe I'll save that for next time or something. Ooh, you know? You know what? We could do Kaya's hangout. Maybe.
Rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss.
She's not wrong. In older days, mercs would, like, fight for whoever paid the most, and then they would fight their buyers, like their original hirers, and then the, like, people who hired them initially would have to pay them again to stop them from hunting them. A golden carp. Huh. It's Fujin. Lumine and Paimon, you two are indeed brilliant, as expected. Upon seeing my dissipated adeptal energy, you immediately understood the situation. Of course, we're super duper experienced adventurers, you know? Still, why didn't you say anything sooner? You didn't just forget, did you? Ahem. Should not the path of the Adepti be full of challenges? 'Tis merely a test of your wisdom. Call me the master test taker. Speaking of which, just what's the problem with the soil and the water you mentioned? Grandpa Liu was also sure that this was behind the deteriorating quality of the tea leaves. Yes, you too have seen Qiaoying village. Should the quality of the tea leaves continue to decline, so will the village, until finally, in the years to come, it degenerates back into what it was in millennia before, a desolate mountain forest. I understand what you mean. It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. Can bad tea really destroy Qiaoying village? Well, when it's their major export, it's a higher possibility. It is true, the Lord of Geo could not stand idly by as disaster fell. Were the sky to collapse, the Conqueror of Demons and other Adepti would do their utmost to support it. Should the waters under Yulong Wharf breach the dikes and flood, Liyue Harbor would aid the villagers. But without tea, this stretch of mountains would, or Qiaoying village, rather, would lose its very reason to exist in human eyes. That makes sense. Would you put it like that? Paimon understands. So you two are willing to help me correct the imbalance in the water and the soil? What'd you say, Mini Pie? Who the heck is Mini Pie? Never heard that name before. But Paimon wants to help Adeptus Fujin in Qiaoying village. When she thinks about such delicious tea cakes being lost forever because there's no good tea, it's a big shame, wouldn't it? Yes, that's excellent. Your willingness is commendable, and one is quite grateful to you both. Now back to business. When it comes to how to resolve the disharmony in the soil and water, one is indeed well aware of what to do. First, you two must go up against the currents and seek the jade treasures thrown into the water. In the end, we must perform the ancient rain jade rite once more, dispelling the miasma that has settled over the mountains and fields and into the rivers, restoring the water veins and soil. Okay, got it. But how do we do the ritual? Adeptus Fujin, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. As for the ritual, it's still a bit early for that. Well then, we'll see each other later. She doesn't know, does she? According to her, we need to go against the current. That just means upstream, right? Same direction as Yelling Wharf. Let's go. Oh, we're being stalked.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract. Next on the agenda.
We're being stalked. Huma huma huma. Luckily I already went to Yelong Wharf. Ah yes, just the Fontanium I'm looking for. Though I don't understand it in the least, I still think it's amazing. What the fuck? Just watching her stand there singing, or sing while walking around, or sing while sitting, or and then sing when she lifts her hand and slowly lets it fall, all the while ceaselessly singing. I really don't know just what kind of magical powers that old lady has. Babbling, chanting, singing, and reciting. Reciting is crying. I haven't got a clue what she's saying, but it's amazing. Little Mao, can you understand? That's just how opera singing is. And weren't there fight scenes later? There could be an old dude who could do 88 flips and tricks. Riveting stuff. Why do I feel like this is going to be the animal we just saw, like, hunting us in the mountains in human form? Yeah, it's great. It's just a shame that I don't understand a thing. A whole bunch of people fighting and jumping all over the place, all super flashy and such. One-on-one, several fighting each other, 5 or 6 taking turns. It's just almost addictive. Hello, we're looking for a technician from Fontaine. Chief Luo and Grandpa Lu said, what name do they give us? Haute Montagne. Yep, sounds like Grandpa Lu sent you alright. Just call me... Okay, so that's Montaigne. Huate Montaigne? I'm a researcher for the Fontaine Research Institute. Hello, I'm a young lady of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. I am but one who comes to aid the oppressed in their moment of need, a disciple of Gu Hua. Yep, our young lady is... Wait, that's not right. She's Lumine and Paimon's Paimon. Anyway, it was Grandpa Lu who sent us looking for you. Miss Lumine, Miss Paimon, hello. I'm Little Mao, a friend of mountains. Mountains? Yep, that's what my name means. Hua Montaigne can be a bit hard to pronounce, so Little Mao asked to just call me that. Just call her a hot mommy. Really? Quite an interesting pair. How did you two meet? It was quite fortuitous. Last year I went to the mountains in the south for a spell and got lost in the fog. A huge beast the size of a Cal Eten Lu was glaring at me, and I thought I was done for, but just then, a little kid suddenly shouted at me. I followed the sound through the mist and got out, and I was saved. Otherwise, I would have been eaten. Just like that, and my family of Fontaine wouldn't even have been able to claim compensation on my account. I know more about what goes on in the mountains than the grown-ups. This has to be an Adeptus kid. Look, that's not paint. That's actual facial markings. Is that so? You're amazing, Little Meow. Little Meow! Grandpa Lu and I ended up watching several, one right after the other, and now my legs have fallen asleep. But I just can't understand what a word. What sort of stories are they telling? It's about how, way back when, a huge carp and monster from the mountains fought. You kill me, I kill you story. In the end, everyone dies. That's a pretty concise summary. But don't talk about killing and dying so much, Little Mal. If you think about that kind of stuff too often, you might become the villain when you grow up. Since those in Qiaoying village are waiting for me, it's time to go. See you all later. Let's go watch the shows here again when you're about to head back to Fontaine. Okay, now that we've solved this puzzle, we can get back to his. Little Mal, how about you? What are you two going to do? To be honest, we're not quite sure how to explain it. The water and soil in Chenyu Vale are kind of out of whack, and we need to cure them before everything in Chenyu Vale to get better. I get it. Miss Paimon is trying to say that we need to restore nature? Hey, that's right. You're really amazing. Little Mal, you got it right away. Restoring nature, you say. Did someone talk to you about that? That's right. A friend who's always taking care of me told me. She wants to restore nature too. If we restore nature, everything will get better. So I want to help too. She also told me about you too. Oh, is little Mal actually like just a regular kid but was raised by the... I can't remember what the word is. I can't remember the name of the enemy type, but I'll figure that out in just a little bit. That's right, a friend. How could we be friends if I'd never seen her? Fair point, that makes it easier. Actually, we want to. Paimon remembers we need to find jade treasures in the water and then do some rain jade right. But even though we've come upstream, we still haven't found any clues. Is that really that easy? Little Mao, your friend wants to restore nature, right? Yeah, she told me such as the stories from before Qiaoying Village became Qiaoying Village, how the tea trees came to be, and more. She said that things will get worse and worse at Chenyu Vale if the natural order isn't restored. Oh! You know what? I bet this sort of story is going to be, like, nature versus civilization. In the fact that, like, the Adeptus is looking for the proliferation of, Okay, sorry about that. I, like, zoned out for a real hard minute there. But yeah, I'm guessing that it's going to be, like, the Adeptus we've spoken to is, like, pro-civilization and pro-Qiaoying Village. But the friend of this kid, who I believe is going to be the giant beast, is, like... The beast is like, no, we gotta stop this shit. Let nature return to normal. What you just said you knew where we could find leads, right?
Water jet!
One second, folks. Cavern behind the waterfall. The oldest trick in the book. What? It said to try using adeptal energy. What does that mean? Oh, I was expecting it to take me inside. Ba-da-doo. Oh, whoops. What huge claw marks and paw prints. Like some huge wild beast left them behind. Yeah, huge, right?
Is this an answer from this world?
Whoa. This is it, the clue I wanted to show you, right here. What Tavern is that? It's covered in moss. The Paimon can't make heads or tails of it. There must be a way to clear it. I wonder what.
Out of the frying pan, it's...
Look, Lumion. Look, it's a scene of ancient people attending a festival and performing a ritual. Pretty different from the festivals that we have today, huh? Although the grown-ups in the city and village all say that the Lord of Geo was the first to arrive in Chenyu Vale, I've heard that people in the picture actually got here even earlier than he did. People back then used to throw bits of magic jade into the river, and then they'd float along until they sink to the bottom. They saw it as a way to guarantee good weather, prevent the river from flooding, and ensuring the soil would be fertile. There we go. Based on what we previously discussed, I'm guessing Chenyu Vale will be fixed if we found some jade that was thrown into the river at ancient times. That makes sense, doesn't it? Was your friend the one who was so... Yep, and everyone will be blessed and live happily ever after and all that. But I much prefer hearing her stories about ancient wars and battles. She told me that the warriors back then were giants who were over 10 feet tall. The warriors of Chenyu Vale were covered in tattoos, and they had these massive jade axes that could chop a person in half in the blink of an eye. And the Millelith, led by none other than the Lord of Geo himself, were even tougher. They clad themselves in suit of armor that weighed over 1,000 pounds and fought with 100-pound spears. Apparently, everyone in the war was at war back then, so much so that the Bishu River turned crimson red. Oh wow, they're talking about the Archon War. So the people of Chenyu Vale were giant, like, barbarians who wielded jade axes, and then the Millelith were a force of humans who wielded, like, stone armor and stone spears, probably crafted by Morax himself. That's kind of crazy to think about. Later on, the mountains of the south became full of ghosts of them in that area. Even now, those who wander in the mountains might still be able to catch their singing on the wind. I don't think these stories are meant for kids. Yep, sounds terrifying. Hautemongtangs. Right, you shouldn't dwell on all this stuff all the time. There's no way grown-ups would tell us these stories. They've always say we're too young to hear them, and then they'll turn us rotten and stuff like that. But I'm old enough already. Hearing a story is not going to turn me into a monster. Besides, there aren't many adults that still around who would love to... What? Who know these stories anyway. If my friend hadn't told me, I wouldn't even know about these stories either. Okay, fine then. I guess we'll move on. Staying to the bottom, or was to be pushed down river by the current, let alone after so many years. Besides, I've never heard talk of any ancient ritual being found at a river. Chenyu Vale is a small place. After all, if there had been such rumors, everyone would have already known about them. But what if I don't want to be a scholar? They don't earn much more, and it sounds like no fun. Then become a traveler like us. What could you be more fun than adventuring around the world? Seeing as we now know about the sign of Rain Jade Rita, I think we should... what should we do next? High up. Watchtower of Elong's Wharf is pretty high up. Okay, let's head out. I want to take another look around. Do, 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 do. Goodness gracious, I keep losing my mind.
There is no escape! Scuba, get them!
I just keep briefly closing my eyes, and then I wake up and I'm facing a wall. I wake up. I open my eyes again. Now everybody wants kung fu fighting. The face as fast as lightning. Here you can clearly see how the water moves faster through these narrows, then slow down again as the river widens out. The jade must have stopped there. We should find out what we're looking for. That huge thing is the Jade Mouth, a legendary jade ring that an Adeptus threw into the water. But the river curves around it, so the current should actually speed up. Yeah, so the rapid flow around the bend might have resulted in things being depositive on the convex bank where it widens. So actually, that's a good chance that the jade is at the bottom of the river, where somewhere around the Jade Mouth. Of course, that's assuming that the river hasn't actually been officially adiated. Officially. What was I gonna say? Officially. I don't know. Not to mention, there's a fisherman legend that goes something like, "Jade shall rise from sunken mouth," or something like that. Anyway, let's get over there and take a look. Yeah, that's right. Paimon has lots of different other strengths. Whatever the case, let's go down and get a bamboo raft. Goddamn. Jade Mouth it is. The other two, you're tourists? Well, if you're here sightseeing, you can say that, Mr. Bowman. Are there stories about the Jade Mouth that I haven't heard before? Knowing you and how much you love your stories, kiddo, you must really know, you know. Yeah, but... Alright then, I mentioned it before, the Jade Mouth was left behind by Rex Lapis when he matched through... In those days, a baddie god tried to redirect the river to drown the Millith stationed on both the banks in Chenyu Vale, put a giant white shark and an octopus. She threw the jades she wore here. You might understand a lot, kiddo, but you haven't seen much. Take a closer look. Those aren't crops in the river. It was pinned down by the jades. It's true. The river hasn't flooded, but once it hasn't been provided irrigation and crops. Such rivers lead no sustenance for the earth on its banks. However, aren't the Adepti meant to be baddies? You were serving under a baddie god, after all. In some stories they're baddies, while in others they're the goodies. But it wasn't all such a long time ago. Let's see. What the fuck was that? There you go again. I am not doing hot apparently. I'm like falling asleep in my chair. It's not great. I shouldn't be this tired, in all honesty. How are we gonna find all that jade underwater? The spring's cries ripple through the vale. The heights and shallows of the southwest hide. I heard an old granny singing it as she was gathering herbs. It means if you look out from the center of the river on the banks of either side, you'll see two stone shrines hidden into the northeast and southwest. These shrines keep the mighty whirlpool in the center suppressed. I already have an idea where the shrines will be because, well, my friend told me. Come on, let's roll. I have a question. Does anyone else think a giant maelstrom suddenly appearing here might not be too great?
I'll keep this close.
Nice and spicy. Illusion shut. No touching.
I guess it's done. comes the hunting.
Oh my god, how many of you are there?
Guba, get them!
There is no escape!
Bombs away! Blaze over!
I got careless. Another test subject.
We've been made. These monks are regular heat packing Brunos. What? Dust out and make a clean streak. What the fuck?
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract. Ch-
We haven't seen a whirlpool from the song yet. What should we do next? How about giving the Adepta energy of yours a try, Illumine? Well, that's cool and scary. Quick, look, the whirlpools appear, just like the song. Wait a minute. It revealed her?
Is this an answer from this world?
Fujin, Lumina Paimon, we meet again, and who might this be? Huh? You haven't met before? This is little Mao. He helped us so much along the way. No, we haven't met before, but you must be a good child, little Mao. Hello, and yes, that's me. Miss, are you an Adeptus? You are, aren't you? This is Adeptus Fujin. Thanks for the help you've given Lumine and Paimon, little Mao. It's really the legendary Fujin in the flesh. I can't believe this. I've heard so many stories about you. Now I know that you're not some kind of big slippery carp, but a lady instead, like a big sister. Big carp, honestly, what kind of stories have you been listening to, little Mao? Ahem, indeed. One is indeed an Adeptus. As such, it can take forms as one pleases. This particular form is the most approachable for conversing with humans. From what you said, you have a very unique sense, little Mao. You've met someone in the mountains before? Have you met someone with golden eyes and a fair complexion, perhaps? Not exactly. Big Sis Fujin, you're not talking about one of your other friends, are you? My friend from the mountains doesn't sparkle like you do, and she's also really cool. She helped me tons and taught me loads. So it was her after all. So your friend wasn't Adeptus Fujin after all? Of course, little Mao. I am delighted to have made friends with you. But I've met more. Whoop whoop, go me, I win. Huh? What? As for whether Little Mao's friend counts as Adeptus or not, I'm not quite sure myself. After all, Adeptus is merely a title. It's hard to say whether Adepti are even people. The word Adeptus is just like any other word, such as hero, villain, or idiot. No one is born an Adeptus, and no one shall remain an Adeptus forever. That's true. So you've met that friend of Little Mao's that we were talking about, right? Indeed, but it's been a long, long time since I last saw her. So now I suspect that I don't know her half as well as little Mao does. I'm not even sure if I still count her as a friend. According to what little Mao said, his friend wants to restore nature. His friend wants to restore nature too. I would imagine so. Anyway, I must ask you all to please take this piece of the votive rain jade. I had originally hoped it might remain here, the same as it ever was, but I never expected it to grow quite so large. I used to love it so. After the great changes in our geology, the ancestors of the people of Chenyu Vale lost their ability to communicate with the heavens, and lost the guidance of the emissaries whose beauty was as pure as the moonlight. Henceforth they began to take jade, which glowed as gently as the light of the moon, and cast it into the river. As they did this, they would pray for good omens, for fertile land, and for clement weather, and for their riverbanks to hold strong. Over time, these rituals grew in power until one day, Big Sis Fujin, what happened next? One day, the long war to become the gods who would reign over this world began. Afterward, this tradition lost all of its meaning, but though it was forgotten, its name is still passed down over generations. To cut a long story short, this piece of votive rain jade before us was the very last one ever to be thrown. Just as the part above the surface, when commanded by an adeptal art, can be made large enough to stop a flood, its core, too, has been swollen by uncontrollable adeptal energy. Much of its power has dissipated into the surrounding area through the spirit veins. This power may have also affected the nearby flora and fauna, attracting and even making aberrations of them. You must be careful. What? As far as I can tell, the adeptal energy that dissipated nearby should be sufficient to reawaken the hibernating votive rain jade. If this is the case, we're one step closer to achieving our goal of nursing the water and soil back to health. How should I say this? Lumina Paimon, thank you both. You're doing an amazing job by choosing to help me, you know? And little Mal, will you help me too? Will you help out your big sis? Of course, I want to restore nature too. Is that so? Well, that's good. You're very smart, little Mal. You'll understand everything later. Alright, let us go our separate ways for now. Once you've retrieved the adeptal energy-filled votive rain jade, we'll meet again in a deep pool shrouded in cloud and mist in the south. South, got it. She's gone and disappeared again. Ah, well. Let's just do what Big Sis Fujin said and restore this votive rain jade's power. Speaking of which, what's it got to do with voting? See, you're not so much right. It's votive. Oh, right. It's so complicated. Holy shit.
Born of ice and frost.
This thing's leading me on a wild goose chase. Or boar chase, I guess. Holy shit. Beast Lord of Fuyu.
Out of the frying pan! Illusion shattered! Access denied!
I'll keep this close.
Okay, we're at 2 of 4. Halfway there. Wait a minute.
Right. I can fix this. Must.
No! Gone you!
There is no escape. No touching.
Oh. I did it. What? Play together. Yeah.
A reward on the road.
Sure, yeah, that's it. Okay, I need to get a bow user out.
Reward companions! Hooray!
Up, up, and away.
Oh yeah, let's switch in Jiangling.
I'll bring my seasonings.
Seems like the jade started to move. That's right, but according to the story, the riverbed should have lots of other votive Rain Jades. Why does Big Sis Fujin only want this one? That should do it. Wow, awesome. It suddenly became small. How many think you'd change size like that? Guess that's a millennium-old treasure for you. It's just like you said, little Mal. They could be as tall as mountains or small enough to hide amidst the pool and leave. Take us away, Paimon. And then I never went back. An ancient sacrifice of sacred Brocade.
A reward on the road.
I mean, Paimon. Little Mal, look up behind you. Oh, Jesus. Wait. Your friend, you say? That's right. I told you before that I have lots of friends, didn't I? Well, I just happened to meet her, so I got a hold of her to introduce you. Well, hello. I'm Lamine, and this is Paimon. She's afraid of strangers. I usually call her Bluey because I don't really know her name. Oh, don't worry about that. Lamine and Paimon are great people. They've been accompanying me on my adventures. They're real experts in mountains and forests, too. I know, I've seen. Answer me this one thing. Where did you gain the power to suppress nature? Suppress nature? Suppress nature? What do you mean? Plants pursue the sunlight and fertile soil, creating fruit fit for the birds and beasts to consume. The digested seeds are scattered, and those which consume the seed and fruit become bait for predators. Thus does everything return to the land. The snake hidden in the branches, the fish in the mountain, and the beasts of the forest traveling in the realm of nature is wonderful, so why have you come? Oh, come on, Bluey. You don't have to be so fierce. You raised 2 questions. My adeptal energy comes from Adeptus Fujin. Our goal is to nurse the soil and water in Chenyu Vale. Exactly. Something's off about Chenyu Vale's natural conditions, so Adeptus Fujin's enlisted our help. If we don't, well, the tea leaves in Qiaoying village are going to turn out worse and worse, and the village itself might decline. That's why she wanted us to reward the Rain Jade rite, which will restore the area. The Rain Jade rite. I see. You have answered 2 of my questions. You may else ask me 2 also. Give and take. It is only natural. You have 1 more question. Do you know Adeptus Fujin? Yes, I know Fujin. Basically, Adeptus Fujin asked us to help nurse the soil and water in Chenyu Vale so the tea leaves in Qiaoying village will recover their original flavor. The new tea leaves taste better, more like before. More like... Well, and just like that, she's gone. Don't worry about it, Paimon. She's like that. Sometimes when I'm not looking, she'll just vanish into the shadows of a tree. Then at others, the sun might dazzle me and the birds might call overhead, and there she is. In any case, I guess we're all friends now. Let's hope so. Sorry, folks. One more second. Is she? Well, for all we know, you're the ones who might seem strange to others. I mean, not only can you use adiptal energy to make the moss disappear, but you can make the golden stone thing appear and vanish, and even turn into carpet fly around like in the stories. You've got a point. That said, Paimon couldn't have imagined that the friend you always spoke about was, well, monster seems a bit rude, and things might be pretty offensive. That's right, your friend's so blue. No wonder you call her Bluey. That's why I've never told anyone. If the adults knew where we were friends, they might lock me up. Wait, really? You'd actually go to prison? No, not like that. They just wouldn't let me go out and make me wash my face and force me to read my books. I wouldn't get to play in the mountains anymore. And that's why I've never told anyone. But you're my friend, so that's fine. Anyway, come with me. There's an awesome place I'd love to show you.
A reward on the road.
Need to eat.
Right. Access denied. Born of ice and frost. Didn't see that coming. Right.
Yeah. Oh shit. Ugh.
Boba, get them!
I'll keep this close.
Where the hell is this? Oh. Interesting. You pushed the moss back just like that. Like you did with that smoky cloud. Still, that wasn't there yesterday. Is that what they call nature? Don't worry about it. Moss or hilly trails, just leave them all to Lumine. Little man, what's this picture about? Originally, I didn't know either, but I figured out today after hearing Big Sis Fujin's story. It must have been the stuff that happened before the mural of Mount Lingmeng. See this? Long, long ago, people were able to talk to the gods and Adepti in the skies by talking to that big piece of jade in the middle. The emissary of the gods would lead them and protect them. See, that's got to be the super shiny... This guy, shiny golden person standing in the middle. I bet that was a super amazing person. But later, just like Big Sis Fujin said, something changed and the people of Chenyu Vale lost their guiding emissary, and they couldn't talk to the heavens any longer. That's how the Rain Jade Rite came about. Huh, story does make sense. Thanks, what do you think, Lamine? It's a distinct possibility. Come to think of it, our ancestors were pretty amazing themselves, huh? The jades they left to us still have the power to restore nature. For something this old to be so strong, the past must have been a sweller time than the present, huh? The world marches onward, leaving the accumulated detritus in the past in its wake. You know what? Now thinking about all this stuff as an old is pretty awesome too, really. I bet you be just like having my big sis when we grow up. Just having fun adventuring everywhere. Oh, you have a big sister then? Well, we're not blood related, but she worked here in Chenyu Vale for a while. She'd go up the mountains and run around the rivers, and I'd follow her. We discovered this little cave together. She said this cave is my Rubicon. Not that I know what it means. Night, Mana. Thanks for joining. Hope you have a good rest, and see you next time. Talk to you later, friend. I wonder where she's off adventuring nowadays. I can't wait to receive my next letter from her. Yes, this big sis of yours sure seems like an interesting person. I know, right? Still, big sis Fujin needs our help, so let's continue on. Oh, there you all were. I was so worried. Wow, a golden carp! One was quite concerned that the swirling miasmas and fierce beasts that roam this area might have caused you ill, but one seems that it is not so, and is good. Thanks to the adaptable energy you possess, Lumine, one has been connected to the golden carp here, thus gaining the means to speak with you directly. Am I going to sacrifice the fish, or am I going to sacrifice the kid? Such trifling matters.
No touching!
Much time has passed since I last emerged here. This was once a lively place, filled with the aroma of incense. Then the three of us could travel freely across the mountains and rivers. Yes, those days like flowing water beneath the moon, dark yet sparkling oh so brightly. Oh, but enough reminiscing. Thanks to you all, I am now able to return here and host the Rain Jade Rite. So you're that person in the mural? Oh, I get it now. That person standing in the mountain hugging that egg. That was you, wasn't it? An egg? Come now, little Mao. That was precious jade. Casting Rain Jade is a ritual of great power. The votive Rain Jade can calm rivers, improve weather, but it can also be a thing of death and slaughter. Only the thinnest line separates curses and the adaptable energies that have aided you up until now. That is why I must make sure this rite does not fall into the hands of those who would do ill. That's why... Yes, that is correct. One indeed was the figure who hugged the egg in that mural. Doesn't this make you pretty, ancient? Yes, it does. Still, I do like the name Big Sis. It does make me feel quite young. Well, being called Adeptus is pretty alright, too. Well, certainly, even though if others titles me as such, I am aware that I am hardly equal to the true Adepti like Mountain Shaper and the rest. I am, in truth, the weakest of my band of friends. I cannot make medicines to save others, nor can I bound across mountains and plains. Even so, I could simply not simply lay the title down. It would have done the people of Chenyu Vale a disservice, I fear. Still, you may call me whatever you wish. After all, we have become friends, or so I would say. In any case, my days of being called an Adeptus are now consigned to history, just like this place has been. Once the Rain Jade Rite was a day of great celebration where we would commemorate the year of abundance, usually using laughter, firecracker battles, and beast dances to frighten the ill omens away. This must appear like not the forgotten ruins to the modern mind. Well, not completely forgotten. People in Qiaoying village told us that it was the mighty Adeptus Fujin who defeated the demons and planted the first tea tree. Back on the bamboo raft, Grandpa Lu also mentioned the offerings of tea were to the certain carp Adeptus. And wasn't there that opera sung at Yilong Wharf about the carp going around killing stuff? You sure were awesome in those stories, Big Sis Funjin. Also, people still do the Wushu dance, you know. You said yourself, the definition of an Adeptus is... Also, putting Adeptus aside, you're a friend, Fujin. You shouldn't be constantly fretting about the right and stuff. You should live happily, like we're companions on an adventure. That's right, we're in an adventure together. Right. Yes, you're right. Thank you. That was well said. Indeed, it was I who asked you all for help. It wouldn't do at all if I just continued wallowing in the past, now would I? Now would it? In any case, I'll need your help to prepare for the rite itself. In any case, have you encountered any sacred simulacra in your adventures? Those were the ritual spirits often used by people in ancient times to protect their homes. There should be some nearby. Lamine Paimon, please help me put the simulacra in their proper places. That way we can restore the spirit veins using the rite. Good thing I can walk across water. The sacred simulacra are all ready. Thank you both. The votive Rain Jade has been returned to its priests, and the statues have come back to their rightful places. It is now ready to be performed. Will Chenyu Vale really recover once you cast the Rain Jade in? That's right, things will get better for us, little Mao. Nature, Jade, humans, all is divinely dictated. The changes in the land and water in the Chenyu Vale, the malicious fog and the spirit veins, they are all essentially a sign of the earth moving against the flow of time. That's right. You can think of it as Chenyu Vale's attempt to, how to put it, return to nature, and what we intend to do here is to treat the land and soil and rid it of this sickness. Return to nature? After all, before humans left their caves and mountains to dominate the world and regulate nature, and before Chenyu Vale or the Bishu River got their names, the land, mountains, and rivers had their own order. I even sometimes miss the cool mountain streams and the great rivers that would ebb and flow with the seasons. I mean, I was once a mere fish that swam. But if we let nature seize control of its order once more, the people of Chenyu Vale will suffer in language. I hope you can understand. Yeah. In that case... It's so... Oh, it's mad. Huh? Did it work? That thing in the fog just now. It seems I am too feeble in my current state. Before you found a few golden carp, I could not even muster the strength to appear. Initially, I thought that we just needed to gather all of the ritual implements, and that would make up for the deficiency in my power. I was not entirely open with you before, but neither the present nor past me was anywhere near a match for the Adepti of the South. I feared you would consider me weak and unworthy of your help. Gee, is that it? Paimon thought you'd have something more important to say. Eh? There's no way we abandon you and not make friends with you just because of that. That I, the young lady, consider you as a friend is not conditional of your status as an Adeptus. Alright. Thank you, all of you. Well, that's more like it. So, where should we start looking for these golden carp? I believe that you will still have to go to Chiori Vale. There will be a cavern there with a golden carp hidden within. Bluey does not like us trying to do what we're trying to do. Not at all. Okay, before we get into another fight, let me heal Ganyu.
Illusion shattered!
Access denied. For Rex Lepus! Eat this! Right, Pip?
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
There we go.
I'll keep this close.
Your abode. I suppose you could consider that this is a place that the Herb Lord and I made. Get down, goddammit. The branch she planted keeps growing. It seems the water and soil in the cave are quite nutritious. Maybe in a few years, once it grows a little bigger, that medicine jar will be too small for this young tree. She connected the door opening mechanism with the jar the branch is planted in, breathing life-giving adeptal energy into said mechanism. It seems the jar containing the mechanism was damaged a long time ago. I wonder if that door can still open and close. Have anything you to talk about? What was this? Oh, is it the carp? We're here, Big Sis Fujin. Have you been waiting us here all this time? No, after leaving Carp's Rest, I can only appear in places which my power remains, and only by the grace of your adeptal energy, Lumine. Wait a minute, didn't the gap in the middle of the mural originally have something that went with the golden carp in the mural? I'm not sure. In truth, this is my first time seeing this mural as well. Huh? I'm sure you'll have heard of the battles that took place in Conria. Huh? Sorry, I am merely a minor adeptus of Chenyu Vale. I fear I know little about any wars concerning this Conria. The Archon War? Yes, this cave was one of the shelters we built for the inhabitants of Chenyu Vale, such that the innocents caught in the crossfire when the floods overturned the heavens and the earth split open could have a place of safety. I didn't expect that they'd draw a mural here, though. I believe the ones depicted to be me, I mean the big slippery carp little Mao mentioned and a friend. If that's the case, why did the most important part get taken somewhere else? That's true, why is that? Perhaps dissatisfaction? The three of us were once great friends, with two of us becoming worshipped as adepti, and one of us was always the mountain's master. Later, Herblord and I defected together, and she most likely died too. Or perhaps the one amongst us who fought to the last never submitted, and only heard news of us afterwards. Perhaps to her we were all traitors, with the depictions of myself and the Herblord becoming an object for her to vent her fury against. Is that really the case? The painting outside looks like... Who knows? In any case, that's all in the past. So please, lend me your strength in nursing Chenyu Vale back to health. I can feel that there's another golden carp lingering where I used to. Near Mount Zhuanlian, I believe. Oh, so there's another? If we get that one, I should have enough strength to perform the ritual. Speaking of that, I must apologize for being unable to control the golden carp, even with you nearby. I know they might have given you some trouble swimming through the air like that. It's fine. I just think of them like Sealies. Here's a pavilion here. It's rather Adepta style. Paimon wonders where we'll find the golden carp. This place is kind of huge. Maybe we can do what we did last time. I mean, but we use them to dip the little... Look, I mean, there are 4 carp stones here. Do you think there might be 4 giant carps hiding inside? But there is something to be... There seems to be something missing inside. I don't know where this last one is. 3 spirit orbs, Chenyu Vale. Is it really right next to me? Ah, I see.
An answer from this world?
My apologies for the poor hospitality. It has been a long time since I last enjoyed tea with others. Hopefully my brewing skills has not deteriorated too much over time. One day... I mean... I have some experience in appreciating tea. It was also thanks to this that I was able to tell that this year's tea offering smelled off. That was how I discovered the trouble with the soil and water quality. Appreciate the value of tea about its value with confidence. How about I handle the explanations this time? Sure, but don't you dare escape out on any of the eating bits. It is a port city built nestled against the mountains. You begin only for Fujin to interrupt you. She knows you'd like to hear your Liyue story. You understand and begin again. When we arrived in Liyue Harbor, Paimon and I were just in time for the rite of descension. The child and Adeptus before you listen to your words and Paimon's incessant interjections, leaning forward as you speak, exclaiming in shock and relaxing as the tension in the tale rises and falls. They also add their own commentary and questions about Liyue, such as food and flavors available at restaurants, the toys the old lady sells, the gems and jewelries in Feiyun Slope and such. As you watch Fujin and Little Mao be moved by the tale, along this journey we met many friends and experienced so many things. It was all worth it. Wow, a sea monster, huh? That's amazing. Liyue Harbor is not what I imagined. Did you find it disappointing? Well, no, just different. Being different doesn't mean it get bad. I like the Liyue Harbor you described. It's good to hear that after all this time, our dear Herb Lord was able to find a home there. I think that's simply wonderful. Herb Lord. Oh, wait a minute. Is the Herb Lord she's talking about? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, interesting. What about you, Little Mao? Could you tell me about you and your friend? I'm curious to know what she's like. Sure. I mean, Paimon and Limin have met her already, so it wouldn't be fair if I didn't tell you. So this is how we met. At the time, I was still a little kid who didn't know anything about the mountains. It was nighttime and some wild beasts were following me through the forest. It was super scary. Finally, I was chased into a clearing and surrounded by those beasties. For a moment, I was convinced I was going to get eaten, but suddenly they all backed off into the woods and then they were gone. When I looked back, there she was, looking at me. She was like Jade, but there was dignity to her. I knew it then that she was the master of the mountain that my grandparents had told me about. I wasn't scared, I just told her, I finally found you. I've been looking for you for so long. I don't know why, but she lowered her head in thought before walking off. She made no noise as she did so. I listened as hard as I could, but there were no sounds of anything stepping on branches or fallen leaves. After that, I would sometimes catch sight of her moving between trees in a flash. Sometimes the rising moonlight would outline her shadow as she stood atop a high mountain. At that time, I thought it was strange. Why hadn't I seen her before? She was always there, after all. I wanted to talk to her, but she would always turn and leave. It was only later that she became willing to talk to me. Much later on, she would take me up very high mountains and into deep forests. She asked me a lot of questions, and in exchange she told me a lot of stories. In the beginning, Qiaoying village was a nameless, barren mountain, and the rivers had a real temper. Sometimes they'd flood, and other times they would all but wither. And on that barren mountain, she'd made 2 friends, a fish and a snake. But later, the snake was cut into pieces, and the fish sank into the sea. And then only Bluey was left. Thank you, little Meow. Meow! Also, don't tell anyone about my friend, alright? Of course we won't. You seem quite familiar with this friend of yours, of Little Mao's, Fujin. Indeed, but that was all in my past life. Many, many years have passed since I could no longer move freely. I suspect that I might not recognize her any longer, though from Little Mao's words, she might not have changed too much. Past life? Perhaps that is not the most accurate way to phrase it. I did not utterly perish, but I did lose my original form, and my strength and wisdom dissipated along the spirit veins. This is also why I invited you and Lumine to Carp's Rest. And if we were not there, I would have not even have the form to show you or voice with which to speak to you. It is thanks to you that I've been able to slowly regain my previous strength. Coming here and once more seeing these scenes with my own eyes, meeting old friends from the past, and more importantly, making new friends. I'm very glad. How did you die? My memories of that have grown foggy. The Herb Lord and I were both servants of another god, and it was I that organized the Rain Jade rite, administering the rivers and mountains for our Lord. As for the other, she was as she is, a beast, wild and free. In those peaceful days, I also climbed waterfalls to Mount Atsang and Mount Hulao, and there I met with the other Adepti, whose power and wisdom far eclipsed mine. Of course, this was all before the war. Our Lord was not a heinous being by any means. Once upon a time, she made many dreams come true. If there was any evil, it was the Archon War itself. What happened next needs no further explanation on my part, I'm sure. You talked about how you and the Herb Lord defected. That's right. That might have been the bravest thing we've ever done. Our Lord had all but gone mad seeking the position of a god who may rule this world, or perhaps seeking survival. Either way, she lacked the power to overcome Morax. So in a final desperate gamble, she caused the Bishu River to flood, hoping to destroy everything downstream. Of course, she knew what that would mean for the people of Chenyu Vale and its people. Thinks that's something you should never ever do, period. Perhaps that's just what war does to people. Either way, that was our final adventure as a trio of friends. Ling Yuan attacked people with her familiars, herding them to the shelter we had prepared. Ling Yuan. Herb Lord fought against our mistress while I climbed Mount Lingmeng and hurled the votive Rain Jade into the rising waters. Of course, that wasn't the proper Rain Jade rate. It was simply the release of the adeptal energy stored within the Jade Pendant to have the earth open its maw and swallow the rivers and allow the Jade Mouth to grow and stabilize the flow. Did Little Mao not tell you how it all ended? Yeah. That's right. Wait, really? When? Alright, that's enough about the past. We should get back to performing the rite. In truth, you've already found it, as with the previous one. This is how I was able to appear before you. It's just that I missed the scenery here a bit too much, so I couldn't help but have a long chat with you all. After all, your sense of time and mine are not the same. You won't tarry long once your objectives are complete, will you? As such, I apologize. Please forgive my capriciousness. There goes the fish.
A reward on the road.
Goodbye, fish. Though my power is still a far cry from how it was in the past, thanks to your aid, I have regained much strength. Thanks you. Next, we need to perform the ceremony. What effects will it have? It's been thousands of years since we last performed it, and the mountains and rivers and spirit veins have all changed a great deal. But if all goes well, the votive rain jade will resolve the issue. Well then, let's begin. Whoa. The fog's dissipating. Whoa, what's that? Just like in the mural, do you remember Paimon? The one with the 2 golden people and something in between them? Paimon didn't remember that at all. Behold, the sacred mountain. In my era, to merely climb it was already to transgress. But the ancestral inhabitants of this place are gone, and the commuting paths lie waste. Who shall judge us now? This is where the spirit veins of Chenyu Vale converge. Through it, I can transmit my objectal energy throughout the Vale, restoring its water and its soil. We are only one step away from achieving our goal. Are you prepared? Let's do this. Indeed. Sick. Alright, I think that'll be it for my stream today, folks. Alright, YouTube, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Tell me in the comments what was your favorite part. Man, I was really struggling with those like, arrangement puzzles earlier when I was exploring Chenyu Vale before we went into the world quest. But Funjin's nice. It's sad what happened to her. Also, the fact that Changsheng is the herb lord. And then you, of course, have Bluey, which is, of course, this giant fish cat. And then you have little Mal, who's just like, yeah, that's Bluey. They're my friend. And it's like, that thing is like 6 times your size and could eat you in a gulp. But all right, sure. But yeah, it's an interesting sort of like, what's the word? Dichotomy? It's interesting, the sort of like story they're going for here, where Bluey is like, no, I don't want, no, return everything to nature, let it all return to the natural order. And then Fujin's like, but there are people who live here, I gotta help them. Very interesting, sort of like different perspectives here. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I feel, looking back, I feel kind of bad because I ended stream like probably like right towards the end of this actual world quest, but I was just not doing well at the time, considering that I was falling asleep at my desk, as well as like just struggling a bit. But yeah, past that, I don't really have much else to say. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all have a good night and day wherever you may be, and don't worry about your spot here at the tavern. We'll keep it open for you. Bye, folks. I'll see you in the next one.